insert coin. Back to split, legging hits to the groin. Live in Mortal Kombat versus Shao Kahn. Resemble dad and mom just to face my fear. I had not to care to conquer life. Needed balls, bollocks, cojones to embrace aloneness. Hearing your life's less made my decisions lifeless, but I digress. You 90s rulers of life a mess by your behest. We do all what you say for a quest. Intention the best creates intended tension. Thinking there's secrets in the Snowden. Mad after facts out and about, so we spout hate to what we create. An endless cycle, the fate we articulate, capitulate. Forward checkmate on a checkerboard. Rise on a ripcord to see pots, pans. Looking up for fellow follow fans who sing praise and worship under all. But we can't have that unwanted subscription. We only subscribe to accomplish aspirations for those we say. I can be anything. I can go anywhere. Folk. Oh, they make it so easy, folk. They make it so easy. Good morning. Welcome to Beyond Borders, special Tuesday edition. Y'all saw the title. We got to talk about this, folk. The message and the signs. Dante Wright, shout out to that brother. He lost his life. Oh, their accoutrements are on their belt, and another young brother lost his life. I ain't even fixing to touch that story. I'm tired of talking about it. We'll let it play out. The usual sides and the usual suspects have taken their positions. I'm staying out of it. I want anything to come out. Before I make an informed about that today, I'm going to talk about what you see on the screen. That's right. Apparently, college attorneys decided to dig deep into BLM and one of its co-founders, Patrisse Khan-Cullors. And you know that name on this show, folk, because I have railed against her. And she came up with some very interesting findings with this. But before we begin, you know I got to do the perfunctory. Became a viral sensation after an interview with Roland Martin, the Ascot King. And I interviewed him and also up on the podcast Beyond Borders with Rose Gold and Kid Gravity and Beyond Black with Kid Gravity. Available everywhere you stream music. I am also, after I finish this show, putting together the final touches on the first of my two-part Black people and white people. And the first one deals with the men, called Black Men and White Men Do Not Compare Ourselves to Each Other, and neither should you. So I'm going to put the final touches on that. Should be up. Probably put it up tomorrow. If I can get it done tonight, it'll be up tomorrow. If not, Thursday latest. And then probably either tomorrow or Thursday, I will work on part 2, where it says black women, white women do not view you as a threat. That one's going to get me heat. I already know it, but we're going to have that discussion. And we're coming up soon to the end of season 6 on Beyond Borders. And I want to really do, before this season ends out, video on the one Christopher Dorner, the former Army. I think he was a sergeant. I have to go back in my notes, but I think he was a sergeant, but he was in the Army, and he was murdered because he started to talk out about the racism in there. And I have some information, and I want to share it. And also, hopefully the website will be up May 1st. We're currently working on it. You know, it's a slow process. It's just really me etching out everything what we want to do with it, and hopefully we'll get that done. But let's get into the show. So on the screen, folks, you see it says Azra Nomani reveals how BLM co-founder monetized, in quotes, activism to go on multi-million-dollar real estate buying binge. Yes, folks. This, again, journalists dug deep and found out where some of Patrisse Khan-Cullors, 1/3 of BLM, co-founder, had her money and where it went. Because as you know, the people in these different chapters in BLM have screamed they're not getting money, they're not being paid, yet these leaders get to sit in the house, quote, can't be with stand on the front lines with their people because they're getting death threats, but I have enough time to go do interviews chastising black men for coming up with a plan that will enhance Black America and give us a fighting chance in this system that y'all call white supremacy. Before we get into this story, isn't it ironic that it took 3 black women to shut down a black man and his plan? Well, technically it was 3 black men, their plan to help Black America have a fighting chance in this global economic world. Funny how that works. But we're not going to talk about them because pretty soon, folks, the BLM, a Beyond Borders retrospective documentary is going to be worked on. I'm actually writing the script for that, you know, taking notes here and there, getting my archival footage. That should be out hopefully in May, because BLM needs to be eradicated. Here with us at Beyond Borders, we respect those 3 words, Black Lives Matter. We do not respect. Yes. So Azra Nomani found out. Well, she didn't find it, but she got intrigued. Entity control founder Patrisse Khan-Cullors reportedly bought a $1.4 million 2-home compound in the secluded Topanga Canyon near Los Angeles and upscale Malibu. Folks, I've heard of Topanga Canyon. That is way out in the sticks. That's the suburbs. And as this article further down explains, it's 88% white. Funny for a woman who says white supremacy and the cops are bad, she damn sure didn't mind going around them white folk. Now, did she? And the New York Post, great publication, by the way, found out that Khan-Cullors and her, to quote Anthony Brian Logan, Brusman, their real estate holdings total $3.2 million in 4 homes in the U.S., including 2 others in L.A. and 1 where I reside right now in Georgia. which is and the town is literally about 25 minutes to the south in Conyers. Huh. And in this article written by Robert Jonathan on BizPack Review, he had to throw that little joke in where he said the couple also reportedly purchased a home near Atlanta, which suggests they are not going to boycott Georgia over the new voting law. God, though, that was a nice one. And the Census Bureau data from 2010 indicates that the Topanga property is situated in an area that is 88% white. Mm-hmm. And she also, dun dun dun, wanted to go hang out where Tiger Woods and Justin Timberlake have properties in the Bahamas, where the homes purportedly sell in the range of $5 million to $20 million. White liberals. Where y'all white liberals at? White liberals, I know y'all gave most of that $90 million they got last year, especially during the George Floyd incident. How do you feel now that your money went over to this grifter and she used it to purchase homes where you stay at? Same woman who was complaining about the capitalist system of this country took advantage of the capitalist system in this country, which is fine. That's a good thing about America. You can do whatever you want. You rarely have a ceiling on doing things. And as we scroll down, she also found out that they monetize their activism through transforming organizations one strategic planning session at a time. She wrote on Twitter, excuse me, in the time-honored tradition of consulting firms, they monetize, quote, strategic planning, media narrative building, and intervention and cultural shift work, or gobbledygook. They write, why are we uniquely equipped 2 decades of decades? We specialize in strategic planning, media, and narrative building. Oh, that's what I just read. I think that's what I just read. Yeah. One-on-one coaching, anti-bias training, racial and gender justice training, long and short-term consulting, media strategy and development, strategic planning, organizational development, creative content creation. Lord have mercy. Yes, because we saw that creative content creation way back around Martin Luther King time. Yeah, Twerking for Freedom, where the chick went down to the Martin Luther King Memorial and decided to twerk. Yeah, that's real creative. But I know BLM didn't do that, but she hashtagged BLM on that. So it is what it is. But creative, yeah. They'll show you how creative they are. That's look like, you know what she looked like? She looked like she's getting something to eat and she's trying to count how much French fries they gave her. That's what she looked like. I would have said something else wrong, but I don't want the video to get flagged for hate speech. So I'm going to keep going. Oh, here's the important part, though, folks. While the father of Michael Brown got little financial support from the protests over his son's death, Khan-Cullors monetized Black Lives Matter by registering her consulting firm on August 11th, 2016 with the California Secretary of State. That's interesting. And would y'all like to know how much Michael Brown's father got? I'm finna tell you. For his son's death and what Darren Wilson went through and what the people in that neighborhood went through in the months of protests and what activists went out on Fox News and CNN. That brother, at the end of the day, got a check, probably cash, in the grand total amount of $500. His life was worth $500. 500, folks. 5 and 2 zeros. But y'all want to tell us Black Lives Matter. Fix this mic. I'm still trying to get used to this mic, folks. This mic is I'm still trying to get used to it. I think this should be good. Yeah, this should be good. $500. But let's continue. What else did Azra say? She put up a folk. I would love to. You know what? I might show you guys this. Nah, you know what? That's too much numbers. But let's just say this tweet that she put up that says that they got $35,000 for working with the Annenberg Foundation. They pay taxes since 1958. So that is 63 years. They have not paid taxes. I saw some of their statements. They have assets well over $1 billion. PAC paid them almost $77,000. But this is where I want to get into, because once again, here come that white liberal and them black liberals. The real house Negroes. Let's see what they said, because I found it funny. Load. I hate this. By the way, I hate this. Twitter just breeds. It breeds. You know what it breeds? It breeds the after effects of vomit. Information, but then you let people talk, and then it just divulges into assholery. So this was everything that I just read you in that article. The responses this woman got, quite funny, by the way. White liberal, you are an idiot. Real creative. Another white liberal. Well, she looks Spanish, but I'm not going to assume. Announce to the world they're such an a-hole. They think a black woman doesn't have a right to home ownership she rightfully earned. We didn't say she didn't rightfully earn it. We just want to know, how the hell did she pay for it? She lied. But again, you know, we're not allowed to ask questions. But if this was Trump, everybody had questions, and he's expected to answer this. But next one, and apostrophe. Oh, and you're, again, word "you are" as a contraction defeats the hell out of people. Oh, and you're a racist piglet that thinks they know what hashtag BLM is about, and you're suggesting black women can't own homes even if they can afford it. Well, she's asking, he or she's asking that as a question. BLM is not a socialist movement, but Trumpism is. Yet, y'all saw the thumbnail when this woman on the TED Talk said she and her people were trained Marxists.
And if you know anything about Marxism, it's rooted in socialism. Funny how that works. Last one. Guess you never looked at LA real estate prices. Sit down and STFU. What's your point? Yes, LA is expensive. Okay. Usually more than black neighborhoods. So what? So you're not going to ask where the money came from. Quite interesting. Black people and white liberals. Well, black liberals and white liberals. Hold hands. Idiot. Now we already know where this chick here. I ain't finna blow her picture up. That's the church that talk too much. That's the one. That's her. Lord have mercy. Look what this fool wrote. What I don't get is why Patrisse Cullors can't own a home in Topanga Canyon. Is that something as a follower of BLM? What the hell did West Virginia have to do with this? And she probably got money from somebody in West Virginia, but whatever. Let's see what people said. She only got 2 likes, by the way. And she put this up 3 days ago. Someone said she's an utter hypocrite. She's an anti-cap. This person had it right. I'm curious who said that she cannot buy a home in Topanga. Can provide a quote from this thread. We never said she couldn't. We said, where did the money come from? If you got $90 million last year, where did the money come from? We know where it came from. Where is it? Where's it? If you just show where the money is, we'll get off your back. Do something that Trump didn't do. Show your taxes. Show where your money came from. That's it, right? Why are black folks not screaming for this? Oh, wait, it's us coons that are saying it. That's right. It's the coons. You're right. I'm sorry. Patrisse, I'm sorry. The coon, I just want to know where this money came from. I'm sorry. I just had questions. I know I ain't supposed to ask no black woman no questions. I know. I'm overstepping my bounds as a black man. You're right. But we're gonna keep it moving because I want to finish off this subject. She's just one great activist, just one. We got to talk about the man, the legend. That's right, folk. We got to talk about him. The Reverend. Oh, we got to talk about Sharpton, boy. He's number 2 today. Number 2. Time Magazine last week came out with this beautiful thing. Report: Al Sharpton was FBI informant on the mob. Like I am, we knew about Sharpton since the 80s. Tawana Brawley destroyed relations between black and white people. Al Sharpton could have single-handedly, by his own hand and his words, set up Crown Heights to be gentrified itself, went out there and blamed the Jews for, I think, a couple Guyanese people getting killed. He blamed the Jews. And to this day, I still think he hasn't said sorry yet. But he galvanized them so much, they took over Crown Heights. They own them. They own damn near 5 blocks. But yes, on April 8th. Well, they said this was 2014, but it resurfaced this year. Number 7 in the 1980s, playing a prominent role collecting information on New York City's most prolific mobsters. And even to this day, he still denies that he did it. But I want to show y'all something. Now, he said he wasn't an informant, but he was merely cooperating with the FBI. But when you scroll down this article, I'm going to try to find it. Where is it? Boom. The site said its claims in an interview, particularly one stating that he was flipped after a drug deal. Quote, the claim is I helped get the mob, not that I was in the mob, Sharpton said. I was never told that I was an informant. I'm going to read that again. The claim is I helped get the mob, not that I was in the mob. I was never told I was an informant. How the hell are you going to sit up there and say you didn't know you were an informant for the FBI? So if this is articles to be believed, this man got caught on a drug deal, was taken in by the FBI because he's a prominent figure. And you were watching the mob, but you weren't an informant. For some strange reason, it seems all the Harlem cats, for some reason, they have this stigma of being snitches. I don't get it. They said Nicky Barnes told Frank Lucas, he's from North Carolina. He told Sharpton telling, I mean, what's going on? Now, here's the other thing. This was hilarious. This was another hilarious because you always saw where some sister gets killed. He run talking about police, how police is bad. But he said in 2014, if you're a victim of a threat, you're not an informant. You're a victim trying to protect yourself. I encourage kids all the time to work with law enforcement. You're acting like it's a scandal for me to do that, nigga. So you said this during the Obama administration, where we had more black men than any time in history. You said this. You said this. You were stitching on Don King, sir. I want that sense I said before to sink in. I'll say it again. I encourage kids all the time to work with law enforcement. You're acting like it's a scandal for me to do that. Platform right now to go on TV to yell at that female cop up in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, who killed that young boy, trying to say that she need to go to jail. Funny how that works. Then you got, I'm off Sharpton now. Then you got Tamika Mallory. I ain't even finna put this stuff up. She got hot off George Floyd. We know this. She parlayed that into a Cadillac around the world. Yeah. Okay. Let's get controversial, folks. Black women, I want y'all to hear me good. We had on Black out of Taisha Essex. Shout out to A2Z TV. Shout out to her. Television. Rose. I'll even shout out Tria Logic. I don't watch her, but everybody swears by her, so I'll give her credit. I'll give her credit. On YouTube. Shout out to Candace Owens. Black women, y'all don't want that smoke. Y'all are not prepared and take the jabs with nobody backing you up. You're not there. You may swear up and down that you guys are the face of this revolution and the face of BLM, and you're the face of the radical actions that are needed to get these race soldiers, aka the police. That's a B1 thing. I mean, not B1, a FBA thing. And you say all these good terms. Y'all not ready for that smoke. Y'all do not want those issues. To stand outside and really take these hits, no. Y'all's white feminist friends stood outside to get theirs. Went home because they got theirs. You stayed outside from their windows because they're like, the fight is over. Why are you still outside? You want to talk about how you're on the front lines. Do you understand that being on the front lines, you're the first to go down? They're not martyring you. No society on this planet has ever martyred women. I hope you realize this. No size, no nationality gets brownie points off martyring their women. They love y'all so much, right? I want you to notice something. For years, all these brothers were dying. We watched y'all take particular attention to Corinne Gaines, Sandra Bland. These two chicks. Y'all put them up on a pedestal past these brothers. Which is fine. That's your prerogative. Why y'all ain't screaming for Sandra Bland no more? Why y'all not screaming for Corinne Gaines anymore? I forgot the other one, Breonna Taylor, the ex-EMT, who was part of the criminal enterprise. Y'all don't even scream her name anymore. Y'all don't even say arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor. Y'all don't even say that anymore. Oh, that's right. Play more. Excuse me. I can't believe I forgot that. Y'all got the Democrats in, so y'all thought y'all race was won. Hmm. So let's review. So you don't call those three women anymore. And Harris have been in office. We've had a mass shooting in Chicago. We've had a mass shooting in Boulder, Colorado. We've had a mass shooting in Atlanta. We just had a mass shooting in Orange County. I believe there was another one just now. Don't wait. Let me see if I can find it. Yes, but we've had was it like 5 mass shootings in 3 months? That's but this is what y'all voted for. They have a Wikipedia page on it. 2021. Oh, we got to pull this up, folks. Oh, we're going to pull this up. Let's pull this up. Oh, we got to share the screen on this one, folks. Let's see how many mass shootings we've had since this year started. Now, remember, y'all's people got in January 20th. So I'm only going to do anything from that date on. So I don't want to hear nothing from none of you that I'm inflating numbers or I'm lying about something. Okay. Now they're categorizing mass shootings as incidents involving 4 or more victims of firearm related violence. The FBI does not define the term mass shooting, but defines a related term, mass murder, as a number of murders, 3 or more, occurred during the same incident with no distinctive time period between murder. Okay, let's see. Here's the list. We'll start from the beginning. Like I said, we're going to start from the 20th because that's when your man got in. Okay, let's see. So 20, Oakland, 4 people. So the day they got in, 4 people were injured. But you know what? For y'all, I'm gonna do the one where people actually died. So we have Oakland, including an unborn baby. Okay. We had the shooting. We had somebody in DC die. Flint, Michigan. 2 people were killed outside a club in Pennsylvania. 3 more. Well, they said 4 more, so we'll just do the 4s. So Oklahoma, February 2nd. Muskogee, Oklahoma, 6 people killed. So there was a long period before stuff started. Cincinnati, Ohio, 4. Eight. That's the Atlanta one. 10. Boulder, Colorado. I didn't put the Chicago one, but I guess there was different times. No, right, because only 2 people died in that one, but 15 people got injured. Orange, California. That's the one I talked about. Allen, Texas. Know about that one. That one just happened. New York City, 4 people. I showed my wife that one. This dude went in there and shot the mama and the 2 kids and then killed himself outside. April 7th. Mass shooting. How many of y'all heard about that one? But I thought these 2 getting in was supposed to change all that. I thought this, but again, that's y'all. That was on me. That was on me. I'm sorry. That was on me. I got to show y'all this. This was y'all. Courtesy of NPR. This was y'all. This was y'all. November 7th, when they got certified. This was y'all. This was y'all. This was y'all. This is y'all. Look at the white it is. Fool. This is y'all. This is y'all. Look at all these white liberals outside. I told y'all. Y'all go screw. Oh my God. Y'all don't care about every little thing that Biden does now. What did you expect this man to do? You think he was going to help you? Did you really think he was going to help you? That man does not care about you. He cares about the Asian community. The night they got certified, what did he say? He's working to get 500,000 Black Indians into the country as permanent citizens, which means that's going to be $500,000, 500,000 jobs that are not going to be available. But y'all were out there booty clapping and twerking. Chucks and Pearls crew, they were out there in full force. Hit Chucks and Pearls Cool. Let me ask y'all a question. It is April 13th, 2021. What is Kamala Harris's agenda for Black women? I still haven't seen it. She hasn't even talked about it. But she damn sure made sure that when she was on TV and someone asked her, not today, and laughed. She still hasn't gone to the border yet, folks. Folks, your man said, hey, we're not going to talk to Ice Cube until after the election. Okay. Where is the Zoom call? Funny how that works. Black folks, I have an analogy. I've said it before on the show. I'm going to say it again. It is the abolitionists, which was Trump, opened the gate and told you were free. Y'all killed him, shut the gate back, and went right back to Massa, which is Biden. That's what you did. You let the white liberal that's roaming around the plantation tell you that the abolitionists were bad. He went over there, stoned him to death, shut the gate, went right back to Massa. Said thank you. Georgia, my new home. How does it feel to get screwed? Production company out of this state, which means there was millions of dollars to be had. But nobody's reporting that. Now, are they? Y'all over here bitching about a voting law that just says, I mean, damn, can you get an ID? An ID. You're complaining about getting an ID when 97% of this state has IDs. You're saying the law is racist. Did you even bother to read it? No, you didn't. You let the news tell you what is in that bill. You didn't read it for yourself. Just like you fools are out here. But you know what? I'm not going to say it. The coffee venereal disease, getting them sticks, them pricks, so you can go travel. Not realizing when you go travel, ladies and gentlemen, especially if you go international, their rules. So you're going to go to these far off countries. You're going to have to sit down for 2 weeks in your hotel room. So you can pay all that money for that. But again, that's lack of knowledge. I encourage Black people to go read SB2. I can't give you food and water online. A bottle of water costs you $1. You can make a snack in your house. Food costs. You can't get 2 bottles of water, freeze them, keep them in the fridge overnight, let them get nice and cool. Make a sandwich or two and go vote. You can't do that, Black people. And don't give me this crap about some people are poor. I don't want to hear it. If you can afford an iPhone, you can afford a sandwich and 2 bottles of water. I moved here from New York. I got an ID. Wasn't that hard. They gave me the paper one. I got the real one in like 3 weeks. Well, wasn't that hard. And they registered me to vote. New Yorkers that roll down here, you have the option of opting out, but you still get an ID. You killed a potential door destroyer for reparations because you didn't do your research and you let somebody else tell you how to think. But then your stupid Democrats, your congressional black couscous, gonna put HR 40 back on the ballot. Let me ask ask you a question, black folks, and I put this on my Instagram. Y'all up here, the white liberals screaming about SB 202. That's great. That's your prerogative. How many of your white liberal friends were screaming about HR 40? Elect Warnock and Ossoff. How many times have they mentioned HR 40? Especially Warnock. He comes from a black city. When has he mentioned it? When is he out there every day campaigning online for it? Do y'all want the truth why you're not going to get reparations? Because guess what? Black folks are going to say no because they're going to realize they're going to have to pay off every other race. You had a shot where everybody could have got paid. Contract with Black America, $500 billion. Everybody could have got paid. All you had to do was flip the money. And what was it? $250 billion in government contracts. All these Negroes out here with businesses, you don't think they could have benefited from that? Take maybe a couple billion out of that, 2 or 3 billion, buy up all these storefronts in these communities that are shuttered. We can basically give them that without having any money come out of their pocket. Veterans getting more money so they can get treated so they don't set on the street. Negroes, this is going to make y'all real upset. Guess what was also in that platinum plan that you're not going to get now? Juneteenth is not a national holiday. Hope y'all realize that. So y'all were fighting for that plan. Did y'all's Democrats ever mention, oh, we're going to make Juneteenth a national holiday? I could be wrong. Let's see. I want to see if they did. I bet you they didn't. Let's see. Is Juneteenth a national holiday? I could be wrong. They could have mandated it. Let's see. They could have mandated it. I could be wrong. Oh, as of February 26th, Congress has taken up Juneteenth as a national holiday. They're taking it up. So we're almost 2 months there, and they're taking it up. They're taking it up. Taking it up. But you Negroes watched. You Negroes watched as Biden and Harris prioritized the Asian community. Executive orders that specifically target their demographics. But you Negroes were booty clapping and twerking. Y'all got mad at me because I said Stacey Abrams did not do anything with the black vote except make sure it washed the white vote. That's all she did. She had the AAPI in her back pocket. She cultivated that voting block. And I said that was a smart play on her part. And they gave Georgia to Biden. And Biden, and he paid them back by giving them nearly $50 million. So I'm looking at this, and you Negroes I want y'all to see this number because you Negroes with your uninformed selves, this is how much you cost the black community with your ignorance. That's right, folks. This number right here. You work your booty to the pole and listening to battle rappers do battles with uninformed decisions, listening to these idiot celebrities tell you that Trump was bad and all this, yet they were padding their pockets the whole time. You cost the black community $500 billion, $50 million. $5 billion, $50 million. And if you would have flipped it, potentially, I'm not even going to put this number up because it's going to make y'all sick. If y'all would have followed and made sure Trump had his 4 years and got bigger during the what you call it, the midterms, we could have started seeing dividends by the end of next year. It was a 10-year plan. So within the 10 years, we potentially could have flipped that $500 billion. Potentially, if it was spent right. Conservatively, not an economics major like that, but I was very good economics student in high school. And you probably could have if you'd have done everything right, you could have conservatively not only owned property in this country worth billions, but that infusion of power, which is near $2 trillion, we could have flipped that money. We could have potentially had about $7 trillion in 10 years. That's just a conservative number. Hell, so we could have been talking damn near 11 figures. No, I tell a lie. Not 11 figures. I tell a lie. 13 figures. We would have rivaled most countries on this planet within a decade, which would have also helped rotten out that we're going to have zero wealth by 2050. Or was it 2035? One of them stupid years. We would have had this money in fewer, but that's y'all. You niggas want to go travel. That's all y'all want to do. Y'all just want to go travel. So now all y'all doing now is just complaining. But that's y'all. I keep saying what it's going to take. I don't care. I'm about this close to being. I don't care anymore. That's going to be about on because it seems y'all don't want to care. Y'all rather worry about what celebrity who's messing around with who, what Kevin Samuels is doing because that's he's apparently doing. Life, I don't know. Shout out to the black conservatives. They got it right. They say, y'all not going to talk about us. We're just going to go make our money, whatever. I don't know. I'm out.